A gardener's job became much easier in 1830 with the invention of the first mechanical lawnmower. Nowadays, most lawnmowers have electrical motors or petrol engines. They turn blades that are either on a reel and cut like scissors, or rotate like a propeller to chop the grass. Cutting-edge technology. These petrol mowers have rotary blades that spin horizontally on a vertical crankshaft. To make the blade housing, which is called the deck, a machine first applies a lubricating chemical to sheet steel, which was coiled when it came to the factory. The chemical helps flatten it, so it's easier to cut. A press then perforates the sheet every 60 centimeters. After the press separates the segments and rounds off the corners, a robotic arm moves each segment onto a die. A 500-ton press bends the steel like tin foil in between two molds to give the deck its basic shape. A robot lifts the oily decks with suction cups and moves them to another press. This machine trims away the excess around the deck's edges. Another machine bends the sharp bottom lip inward to make the deck safer to handle. The factory uses robots because they work faster than humans, processing 500 decks an hour. After a thorough cleaning, the decks move to an electrostatic paint booth. The powder paint is laced with a negative electric charge, the decks with a positive one. This draws the paint particles onto the decks, creating a thorough and even coat. The factory's 6 paint booths are on tracks, so when it's time to change colour, the entire chamber can easily be switched for a clean one. The paint cures at 190 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. This press bends 2.5 metre long tubing to form the mower's upper handle. Another press bends 1.8 metre long tubes to make a shorter lower handle. Later, the two handles will be attached to form one folding handle. Because it folds, it takes up less space in the shipping box and later in your garage. Here's the mower's 5 horsepower engine. It's attached to the deck with 3 bolts, using a powerful torque gun so that vibrations won't cause the bolts to loosen. Later, the blades will be mounted to the engine's crankshaft that protrudes through an opening in the deck. Next, a plastic rear door through which the grass clippings eject is installed. This door attaches to brackets which have levers that adjust the mower to 9 different height positions. The plastic rear wheels are mounted. Next, an adapter is added to stabilize the blade on the crankshaft. Then the blade, which is wider at each end to create the correct airflow inside the deck. The blade is secured tightly with a powerful wrench because it's going to spin at 3,300 revs per minute. The front wheels are 1/3 smaller than the back ones. This makes the mower easier to maneuver over uneven terrain. Rubber covers are put on the height adjustment levers, so they're softer on the fingers. The mower adjusts from 2.5 to nearly 9 centimeters off the ground. The lower handle is secured, then the upper handle is attached to the lower one. The consumer can tighten this after shipping. A safety handle is added. This turns the engine off if the gardener is not squeezing it against the upper handle. Finally, labelling is applied to indicate the mower's horsepower and width. Now you can fill her up and she's ready to cut your lawn down to size.